So the other day I got an email from someone who said, I really like what you're doing, Kate. I like your approach, and I think you can probably help me quit drinking. But to be honest, I'm just not ready to accept that I'm an alcoholic yet. And that is what's keeping me stuck. Now, as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, I definitely need to record a video on this topic, because there is no way I want anyone to feel as if they have to label themselves and adopt some kind of new identity in order to stop drinking. Now, yes, I know there's one particular model of recovery where you do go around introducing yourselves as an alcoholic before you can say what you want to say, but that's just one approach. And it's an approach that personally I completely disagree with. If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that I actually never use the A word. It's not something I refer to in these videos, and it's not a term that I use to describe myself. And there are so many reasons for this. But first of all, what is an alcoholic anyway? I genuinely mean that. How do you define it? Is it someone who regularly drinks above the recommended guidelines? Probably not, because most drinkers do that. So is it someone who just regularly drinks more than they intend to? Well, a lot of people do that too. Is it someone who feels that they have to drink every single day? Again, it's not so straightforward, you know, because some studies have found that only 10% of excessive drinkers are officially alcohol dependent. And even if you fill out one of those online questionnaires about your drinking, it won't actually tell you that you're an alcoholic. It won't spit that out as an answer. It will refer to an alcohol use disorder instead, which is much more of a spectrum. So the first problem that I have with the A word is that it's really hard to define. But the second major issue is, why do we feel the need to label people in the first place? I mean, can you imagine a smoker having to Google, am I a nicotine-aholic? Like, that is never going to happen. They are never going to stay up late at night wondering what's wrong with them, why they're addicted, or whether they have a disease. They are never going to question why they can't just control their intake of cigarettes, or why they don't seem to be able to smoke responsibly. When it comes to smoking and nicotine, we have a much more neutral, sensible attitude. We see nicotine as a drug, and we understand that if you use an addictive drug, then you're probably going to get addicted to it. And that isn't a reflection on you or your morals or your inner strength. It is just what happens. And yet with alcohol, we have this bonkers expectation that it should be possible to use this addictive substance with ease. And you should be able to control it. And anyone who can't do that apparently has something wrong with them. In my opinion, and it is a controversial one, the only people who really want to use the word alcoholic are those who benefit from labeling others. So just think about this for a moment. It suits the alcohol industry to pretend that there is such a thing as normal or responsible drinking. And that kind of thinking also benefits other drinkers too. Like, they want to believe that they're fine, they're normal, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just a small minority of people who can't drink normally, but everyone else is okay. That's how we've ended up in this crazy world where it's considered normal to drink so much that you can't even remember what happened the night before. I mean, there was one point in my life where I thought that having no memory of the previous evening was a sign of a good night. And drinking at baby showers and kids' parties, that is all totally normal these days. Other drinkers want to feel okay about their choices, and the easiest way for them to do that is to make quitting drinking the unusual choice. And better still, why not label people who do that? Why not call them alcoholics? And then continue with this crazy idea that drinking alcohol is what normal people do. It's just that, there's something wrong with this group of people who can't do that and therefore have to stop drinking. So, as you might have guessed, I don't call myself an alcoholic. I don't think I am at all. I think I actually had a very normal relationship with alcohol, a really boring and predictable one actually, because it is normal to get addicted to addictive substances. Boringly predictable to do so when they are romanticised and glamorised and widely available. But to be honest, I don't really care what other people think about my drinking. I don't care whether they privately believe I was an alcoholic. Their opinion about me is actually none of my business. I just feel delighted to have escaped the alcohol trap. But I understand that the fact that I've done that will make some people uncomfortable. So, I'll get off my soapbox. To summarise, unless the alcoholic label empowers you to change, please feel free to ditch it. All quitting drinking means is that you're a non-drinker, you're alcohol-free, you're a teetotaler, you're enjoying a hangover-free lifestyle. And that's about it. It doesn't say anything else about you. We do not need to label you at all. So I'm Kate B. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the A word, whether it's something you use, that you like or you don't like. And how do you describe the fact that you don't drink? Or how would you like to when you do quit drinking?